Flint! Ha! I'm faster than you are! Honky tonk! The gods of the deep sea must have sent you! I'm so drunk, I can't find my way to the crapper! There's no way I can talk on! There are these freaking pirates around Deep Drift 1 trying to raid us! Do something!
What's he talking about? First he's moaning about needing the stuff, and now we're standing around here like bums in a soup kitchen.
Honky tonk! The Pacific Sea Devil knows who you are, but I know my pal, Flint, and you're not Flint, so be gone!
McFlirty here. Sorry, Flint, but Brewmaster is totally drunk. Could you please check out the scrapyard? There are some zoners roaming around there.
We should go to Navigation Point 1 now. Oops, they don't want anything from Deep Draft. They're just digging around in the scrapyard.
Oi, Flint, looks like those zoners just wanted to dig around in the scrapyard. Damn zoners can build a whole habitat with the stuff they throw away in Neopolis. Flint, that's a trap. We desperately need you to protect the AquaNox containers. Some tornado zone scouts just showed up here, possibly with a bomber. And I'll pay handsomely to have them turned away. I promise. Worse if you hadn't been here. Stop by and pick up your pay.
Flint! Boy, we've met.
Who cares? It's really dangerous at Deep Draft 1.
Oh, no problem. Relax. You just earned a fat load of credits. By the way, my brother Jock sends his regards from the Argentine basin. And here's another flash. He also said the Atlantas are having trouble with the shields on their tanks for some reason. They're really vulnerable from the top.
Well, all right. Thanks, man. Excuse me. I just got back from the tornado zone, and I heard there's trouble here in Neopolis.
You can say that again. That army devil Cox occupied the broadcasting station. He's backed by a powerful army. My family is terrified. We came here 7 months ago from Canary Deep to be safe. And now, here's another warmonger.
Flint! We've seen the dolphins outside. They were wonderful! Such incredibly beautiful creatures!
Why the hell is everybody in Aqua talking about dolphins? They're just predators. What's the big deal?
Right, but they're also intelligent and extremely social beings.
I can be sociable too. After work, there's nothing I love more than hanging around a dive and getting into an argument.
Just because they don't have hands to build things with or wield weapons, it doesn't mean you can ignore their intelligence.
Look, who's breeding them? Man. They're a product of our knowledge. Amusing attractions at most.
They're very precious, Flint. One specimen is worth millions of credits. There are plenty of rich people who'd love to own one. But fortunately, private ownership is against the law.
They are so wonderful. I'm sure they can read our simple minds.
Chang, what are you doing here?
Inspecting our buildings here in Neopolis. It needs to be done because there's nothing worse than when people become careless and fall into a routine.
I hear Entrox took part in, let's call it, the liberation of a very rare gas.
Pure rumor. Besides, sometimes it's better for mankind to sidestep a little bureaucracy.
I can't argue with that. What do you think about the situation here?
Well, I have a high opinion of Admiral Cox, even if he has taken over the Federal Network data broadcaster. His emergency program is trying to discredit the politicians of the new line, which shouldn't be too damn hard.
I'm trying to save Cox from himself. Do you have any idea how I can get him and his men out of the broadcaster without getting them hurt or killed?
Talk to Marina Zellwig. She's an engineer at Entrox, and she knows a lot about communications technology. I think she's in the data center. And listen, if you want to save Cox's head, you better hurry up. I hear the situation is rapidly deteriorating.
Are you Marina Selwick? Sergei Chang said you might know how to help me liberate an occupied broadcast station.
Why? I'm an engineer, not a soldier. Listen, to be honest, I like what Cox is saying about the new line. Somebody has to warn the populace that they're trying to control people's minds. Pushing that artificial evolution stuff, along with smaller wages and an increased defense budget. Damn business technocrats.
Look, I agree, but right now I'm trying to save the Admiral's butt. I need to prevent them from blowing Cox up with that whole damn station.
The easiest way to calm Cox down would be to cut him off. Just destroy all the antennas and the cable knots. Then the occupation of the broadcaster becomes pointless.
What's up? What can I do for you?
I need some information on Admiral Cox. I don't think I know him anymore.
I'm not surprised. The new line has seen to it that the old government can't do its job. So now, we're surrounded by militaristic idiots. DePonto is an officer, and the other one, Cox, leads a coup. As if that's what we need. When are we going to do something about the economy? About the education of our children and medical care? No. We get some guy attacking Parliament and killing innocents.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Pardon me, I gotta meet Captain Kruger in the Biscay shopping mall. Punch? Werner von Punch. What's an old pirate like you doing in Pep City?
What else, you poison little mackerel? After you blew up at Gibraltar Fortress, hundreds of brave cutthroats were suddenly homeless. I opened a dive on Deep Draft 2 called Mr. Punch. But now, here I am scared out of my wits that this Cox guy is gonna crack up and put me out of business. By the way, your old buddy Brewmeister opened a place on Deep Draft 1 called The Swamp.
I've got real doubts about this.
It's like we're sitting on a volcano. Someone has to stop Cox or we're finished. But then what? So many people think the new line is becoming dictatorial. And I agree. Now they're talking about doing away with our free economy and financing racist experiments. They're genuine technocrats. But then again, they didn't start all this violence.
Is business really that bad, Kruger?
At the moment, we're only allowed to import into Neopolis. I think they're hoarding, so they'll have enough food if chaos breaks out. By the way, Commander Forelli was looking for you. I just ran into him and he said he was on his way to the Federation Hall.
Thanks, I'll find him. Damn, I really didn't think Cox would do something like this.
Well, Flint, if you get the chance, shoot a fat torpedo up that old army cutcher's butt. For me and Brewmeister.
Commander Forelli, good to see you again. I would have preferred a different circumstance.
Me too, Flint. I wish it wasn't true, but we have to face the fact that Cox is attempting a coup. Sool has been ordered to prevent it.
Cox is a good friend of Flint's.
A very good friend. And the father I never had. I have agreed to help, Commander, under the condition that Cox remains unharmed.
Commander Forelli, what is your opinion of the new line and of Sool?
Well, I'm a soldier above all else. But if you asked me, I think the new line are a bunch of techno-dictators. Still, they're smart enough not to break any laws, unlike Admiral Cox. Flint, your mission is to take back the data broadcaster near Neopolis that Cox's forces captured. We lost a wide frequency range of the emergency network when that station fell, so we need to chase the rebels out of there. And remember, those are Neopolis troops, even if they're following Cox. So I don't want any corpses. We have reinforcements coming, and Cox's men will try to cripple the ships. That's what I want you to do to their vessels. Cripple them, then back off. Report to Deep Draft 2 when you're done.
Aye, sir. Chase off the rebels and clear the frequency band. Consider it done. DeGrange, you ready?
Aye, sir. Ready like a prime torpedo.
Man, I love Pep City, Neopolis. You can get everything here. Come on, let's make a few credits and drink every dive dry.
Sorry, I've got a problem, Harp. I know Admiral Cox is going to try to attack the Parliament, and I need to figure out how to keep him from doing that. If I don't, they're going to kill him. I don't know if I can trust Sool.
The hell with Cox, and the hell with Sool. I want action, and I want it now. Roars, whoa. And if you don't need them, you should at least come along and keep your ears open. Damn. Maybe you can prevent him from getting killed, which would be pretty ironic for you. Why not save the Parliament? One of my old buddies works at the Neopolis data center. He's also on the security force for, surprise, the Parliament. His name is Carlos Bergman, and I think he's on vacation on Deep Draft 2.
Flint, I'm glad you're back. Are you interested in my support?
Why? What's in it for you?
I'd like Cox to stay in the game. He's fighting against the new line, and they're talking about privatizing Entrox again. Guess who would have the majority share in a coup like that? Exactly, the new line. Anyway, I served under Cox for 5 years. I owe him.
Then let's save him from himself and get him out of this.
From here on out, you're responsible for protecting the troop transport. It's due in at 1400 at the data broadcaster, and we need all of Cox's units deactivated or driven away by them. Remember, don't kill anybody if you can help it. We don't want a civil war on our hands, so give those pilots a chance to use their rescue capsules.
I think we're too late. The radio program, 100 Ways to Cook Shrimp, has been interrupted. They reported an attack by Cox and his buddies. Here we go. Your friend occupies a radio station.
Well, the hell with it. Did you hear that? Cox's press officer just made a little statement. Now the new line at the Ponto's interim Neopolis government are throwing all kind of buzzwords around. Transhuman bioengineering, anti-sleeping laws, relaxed weapon laws and habitats, and reductions in pay rates. The way I see it, the crap's just about to hit the propeller.
You must interrupt Cox's program. He's broadcasting from the tryouts, using the transmitter on the station. Switch it off or destroy it and make it snappy.
I just received a message from Cox's scouts. They want us to join them. They know you're an old friend of the Admiral's.
I know you don't want any alliances with Cox. You want to protect Cox from himself. It's getting complicated. Some of Cox's guys are deserting with their tails between their legs. Good for us. Less trouble. Attack the marked target now.
Mopped up by now. You better get moving.
Flint, you haven't sent all the rebels to the showers yet. Move it. Follow the marked object. Brought in special units. Looks good. A couple of scouts showed up. Guess who gets to iron out the problem? Cox's men want to destroy the radio station. They don't want it to fall into the hands of the dictator again. At least that's what Cox says.
Flint, protect the broadcaster against the attacks from Cox's scouts. Eliminate the threat, but do not eliminate the pilots.
rescue capsules now.
The Navy headquarters is singing your praises. You're the hometown hero. We can go home. Our mission is over, Skipper. I'm so proud of you.
Commander Forelli here. Great work, men. Thanks.
Yeah. I believe you already have my account number for the credit upload.
Harper, Commander Forelli might think you're driven solely by avarice.
Well, why else would anybody put their butt on the line for another person's politics?
All right, Harper. Your endangered posterior will be well compensated. And now for something more demanding. Commodore Sool is waiting for you, and it's important. This crisis is not over.
So, you're Dopamine Harp's boss, huh? How's he doing? Sometimes I think it'd be easier to ride a freaked-out killer shark than to hang out with Harper, you know?
As long as you keep feeding him credits, he's fine. He said you might be able to explain the defenses at the Parliament to me.
Yeah? What's going on there? Something to do with the Admiral? Hell, I don't think he's wrong. Let him have his coup. Those nuts in the New Line are the ones I'm worried about.
This isn't political. I'm a friend of the Admiral, and I'm trying to keep him from screwing up and getting himself killed.
That's good enough for me. Here's what you should know. There's a frigate named the Odysseus that you need to keep an eye on. If you have to crack it, attack from the top. The ground cannons are another problem. They target ships with unknown signatures, which means they may target Cox himself. If you're worried about him like you say you are, I'd take out those cannons first.
Hey, wise guy, what do you want to order?
Do you have sea serpent sperm and algae mint sorbet?
Hey, knock it off. We have exactly 3 different menus here for our grilled fish entrails.
What do you mean you have 3 different ones, my little seahorse?
One for a small portion, one for medium, and one for large.
Oh, how large is large?
Well, if you were going on a trip to the Sea of Irkutsk and you ate a large order of fish innards, you wouldn't need to take any food with you.
Really? That large?
The way it lies there in your stomach, you'll sure think so.
Flint, I just landed a job. Hey, I should get some extra credits as a commission. Am I good or what?
Stay cool. That dopamine is playing rock and roll on your brain, Harp. What's the job?
You ever hear of a company named Neotech? They produce nothing but crap that nobody needs. Anyhow, the situation in Neopolis is so dicey that the CEO is afraid to make the trip to the office on his own. He's looking for a bodyguard, and he's willing to pay enough to suffocate us in credits.
Sounds easy. No hitch?
Nope. Pick the guy up at the dock, drive him to his office, then rake in the credits. Hey, by the way, how do you castrate a miner from the tornado zone? You give his sister an uppercut to the chin.
Someone's waiting for you in the bar. An old acquaintance from Gibraltar, Werner Van Punch. He has the official status of an observer and officer.
You mean he's acting as an informer for you?
You know, I really do enjoy your candor, Flint.
It saves time. I'll talk to Punch. In the meantime, you come up with a plan that gets Admiral Cox out of this mess in one piece. As agreed.
I would never break my word, unless the state of affairs demanded I do so.
Then you better hope they don't.
These are miserable times, Brewmeister. What do? Just sit around and drink all my synthahol.
That dishwater is only good for disinfecting toilets. Careful, you don't spill a drop on the floor. It'll burn its way through this habitat and pollute the ocean.
All right, you two, what's up? Sool said you had something for me.
That's right. Cox's militia is gathering out there and planning an attack. One of his division commanders has had a snootful with my excellent booze, and is boasting about how his boss is making plans to occupy the Parliament of Neopolis.
That damn Parliament. Can you imagine that? Why simple folk like me get their butts kicked for something as small as stealing from a freighter.
Life's not fair. Where are Cox's men?
Take a little trip, and you'll find them staging north of Deep Draft 2. I tell you, we should switch off the communication network first. They're using ELF synapses, and I can give you the damn coordinates. Commander Ferrali also thinks we might be able to figure out what their plan of attack is against Neopolis, and maybe get some goods while we're at it. Stop Cox, okay? He's bad for business.
Not good for business. Not good at all. And hey, Flint, stop by and see me on Deep Draft 1 when you get back.